Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission says the usage of a manual backup system in the next elections is inevitable. Appearing before the Senate Legal and Human Rights Committee, IEBC CEO Ezra Chiloba said it will be safer to have a backup rather than depending solely on electronic transmission. ICT CS Joe Mucheru told the same committee that he held the same view, arguing the sometimes transmission network can't be hampered, giving an example of Shabab destroying communication masts.
You have it.
The country has so far been engulfed in a debate on the exclusive usage of technology in next year's elections and its viability, even as political players take different positions on the subject. The Code Coalition insisting on electronic transmission of results with no provision for manual backup, whereas their competitors in Jubilee side with the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, who hold the view that it is very important to have a backup. IEBC has repeated their submission before a Senate committee today.
In the unlikely event that technology fails in some areas, Mr. Chair, proper planning must ensure that eligible voters are allowed to vote after an agreed upon procedure is followed.
According to IEBC, a manual backup is unavoidable as exclusive usage of technology is not guaranteed.
When it comes to transmission of results, there are several factors that may lead to failure. The question we should be asking ourselves is, what does the IEBC do in such a situation?
The ICT ministry held the same view, arguing that it would be foolish for the country not to have a backup.
There are many people today who have their smartphones, but they insist on having a Mlikamwizi, the feature phone, so that in case battery runs out, they still have one where they can still call. So these are things that we do because we want to ensure that if a service fails, you have an alternative.
According to a report presented to the committee by the Communications Authority of Kenya, only 164 out of a total of 7,149 sublocations remain totally uncovered, while a further 418 have less than 50% of their populations covered by 2G. The report further notes that 78% of the population in Kenya is covered by 3G network.
Having a manual backup is a sure way of ensuring that at least at the end of the day, you have something to fall back to in case something falls.
The question of timeliness in the usage of exclusive technology also came up with both the ICT ministry and IEBC, insisting there was little time between now and the next elections with regards to its usage. The clergy and the civil society also appeared before the committee, which has a 4th January deadline to submit their report to the Senate. Kennedy Mureithi, NTV.